Welcome to today's episode, where we're diving into a topic that affects millions of workers across the country, but often leaves people feeling confused and overwhelmed. We're talking about workers' compensation, and I'm here to break it down in simple terms that actually make sense. If you've ever wondered what would happen if you got injured at work, or if you're currently dealing with a workplace injury and feeling lost in the process, this episode is for you. Workers' comp can seem like a maze of paperwork and legal jargon, but the truth is, it's designed to protect you. Let's explore how it really works and what you need to know to navigate the system successfully. First, let's start with the basics. Workers' compensation is essentially an insurance system that provides medical benefits and wage replacement to employees who are injured on the job. Think about this. It's been around for over a century, created as a trade-off where employees give up their right to sue their employer in exchange for guaranteed benefits, regardless of who's at fault for the injury. Now, here's what's interesting about workers' comp. It covers a much wider range of situations than most people realize. We're not just talking about dramatic accidents like falling off a ladder or getting injured by machinery. Workers' comp also covers repetitive stress injuries, occupational diseases, and even some mental health conditions related to workplace stress or trauma. The key factor is that the injury or illness must be work-related. Let's talk about the benefits you're entitled to under workers' compensation. There are 4 main types, and understanding these can make a huge difference in your claim. First, you have medical benefits, which cover all reasonable and necessary medical treatment related to your injury. This includes doctor visits, hospital stays, surgery, prescription medications, and even physical therapy. What's particularly important here is that you typically don't have to pay anything out of pocket for these approved treatments. The second type is temporary disability benefits. If your injury prevents you from working while you recover, workers' comp provides a portion of your lost wages. Now, here's the key point. This usually amounts to about 2/3 of your average weekly wage, and there are caps based on your state's regulations. These payments continue until you can return to work or until your condition is declared permanent and stationary. Consider this scenario. If your injury results in permanent limitations, you may be entitled to permanent disability benefits. This is where things can get complex because the system evaluates your permanent impairment and how it affects your ability to work. The compensation varies significantly depending on whether you have a partial or total permanent disability. The fourth type of benefit is vocational rehabilitation. If your injury prevents you from returning to your previous job, workers' comp may provide retraining or job placement assistance to help you find new employment that accommodates your limitations. Now, let's walk through the claims process, because knowing what to expect can save you time, stress, and potentially money. The first critical step is reporting your injury immediately. I cannot stress this enough. Time is of the essence. Most states require you to notify your employer within a specific time frame, often within 30 days, though some allow up to a year. Don't wait, thinking your injury will just get better on its own. When you report the injury, make sure you document everything. Get a copy of the incident report, take photos if possible, and gather contact information from any witnesses. Your employer should then file a claim with their workers' comp insurance carrier. But here's something many people don't know. You can also file directly with the insurance company or your state's workers' comp agency if your employer doesn't act promptly. What happens next is the insurance company will investigate your claim. They'll review medical records, interview witnesses, and may even have you examined by their own doctor. This is completely normal, so don't be alarmed if this happens. The key is to be honest and consistent in all your interactions. Here's where things sometimes get tricky. Not all claims are immediately accepted. Insurance companies may deny claims for various reasons, such as questioning whether the injury is truly work-related or if proper procedures were followed. If your claim is denied, don't panic. You have the right to appeal, and many initially denied claims are eventually approved. Consider this important point about choosing medical providers. In most states, the insurance company has the right to direct your medical care, at least initially. However, You may have the right to choose your own doctor after a certain period or under specific circumstances. Understanding your state's rules about medical provider networks can significantly impact the quality of care you receive. Let me share some insider tips that can make a real difference in your claim. First, keep detailed records of everything. Document your symptoms, how they affect your daily life, and any work restrictions you have. Second, follow all medical advice and attend all appointments. Missing treatments or ignoring medical recommendations can hurt your claim. Third, be cautious about returning to work too early. While it's natural to want to get back to normal, returning before you're medically ready can worsen your injury and complicate your claim. The reality is that workers' compensation is your right as an employee, and you shouldn't feel guilty about using it when you're legitimately injured. This system exists to protect you and ensure you can get the medical care you need while maintaining some income during your recovery. If you're currently dealing with a workplace injury or have questions about your rights under workers' compensation, don't navigate this alone. Visit our website for more detailed information and resources, or contact our clinic directly. We're here to help you understand your options and get the care you deserve. Remember, knowledge is power, especially when it comes to protecting your health and your livelihood.